Good afternoon, friends. Stephen Ben-Nun here on our Patreon channel, Israeli News Live. And there was something in a meeting last week I forgot to share with you guys, and that is the malware, Russian malware. This article I found helps to support what I'm talking about. Ukrainian energy grid hit by Russian Destroyer 2 malware. Of course, 2016 malware known as the Destroyer has resurfaced in a new series of targeted attacks against the industrial controller hardware at Ukrainian power company. Now, this was reported last year on April the 12th, and here we are now on February 5th, 2023. And what I was briefed on in the intelligence briefing that I was in last week was that Russia actually has, in 20% of our power grids, we have detected a malware system that they have installed so advanced that we've not been able to figure out how to get rid of it. Now, that's only 20% of the power grid systems that we have inspected. They've not done inspecting there, but the problem is that Russia doesn't even need an EMP attack. They could bring down our power grid at just a push of a button at this point right now. And the media is not even saying anything about it. No one is talking about how serious this situation is. And on top of that, in that same meeting, because of the energy waves that are coming in, hitting the earth, we are expecting power outages, power grid down in various places across the U.S. around mid-February. Something else I wanted to share with you just so you were aware of that. And then, of course, like I said, it brings into this whole issue of an EMP attack from a Chinese balloon or something like that over the U.S. Well, it's not just China. Russia, everybody does that. They always spy on one another up to 200,000 feet up in the atmosphere. And sure, you could detonate a nuclear device, which would cause havoc on the planet, to say the very least. And one other thing I wanted to mention to you as well, and I think we only discussed this, well, maybe not. Maybe we did it on Israeli News Live as well. But if you remember, months ago, I shared how that Russia already wanted to bring peace with Kiev. Zelensky at one point was agreeable to sitting down, doing negotiations, and was willing to concede the Donetsk, Luhansk regions there and bring about a peace early on in the conflict there. And of course, Russia constantly is extending the olive branches. We're always reporting, always telling the people. And just to prove the intel that we get is accurate, RT comes out with West blocked Russia-Ukraine peace process, former Israeli prime minister states there. Now, keeping in mind, I actually told you that Zelensky was willing to do it. Russia was going to do it. They were going to bring about peace. They were going to make a settlement of land and call the end of the war, when the United States, along with NATO, stepped in and said, no way, you're not conceding anything. We are backing you, and you will not make peace with Russia. So we have right here, when asked by the host and the U.S. and its allies, block the peace process between Moscow and Kiev, the former prime minister replied, basically, yes, they blocked it. Now, actually, the former prime minister, Naftali Bennett, I used to write him back and forth. We've communicated over time before. And so I'll have to write him and tell him I appreciate the fact that he was willing to say it. He goes on here, he says, it didn't happen because I think there was a legitimate decision by the West to keep striking Russia, President Vladimir Putin. I mean, the more aggressive approach, he said. This is what he was saying. Of course, this is the interview that he was in right here, where he's talking about these issues there on Israeli media there. So really looking forward to sharing more of this with you. I'm going to go deeper on that subject on Israeli News Live. But I wanted to also share that here with our Patreon viewers. And by the way, don't forget, and we're experimenting with these things here. We are on Telegram now, and on, of course, our Twitter channel. Always, please keep in mind about that there. We're going to get very, very, very much involved with Israeli News Live at Stephen Ben-Nun, the name I write in, D-E-N-O-O-N. And we're going to get more heavily involved there on there. So definitely subscribe there. We've got a little over 9,000 people there. And we're trying to keep people updated. And on the Telegram, I learned that I can do little quick, short, 1 minute type live broadcasts. I actually did that. So If you check out our Telegram here, we have one called Israeli News Live. We created that channel there. In fact, let's see, right here, this is where I was actually doing a little live one here. So definitely subscribe to us there on Telegram if you're a part of that community there. We'll be doing little feeds like that, uploading, as well as other news and things like that that we can share on Telegram. I am on TikTok as well. I just haven't learned very much about TikTok. I don't really understand it as of yet. I know it's a simplified platform, but if you go to TikTok, let me just see. I don't even know how it's actually titled there on my profile there. Okay, it's well, it's something at, I guess there's maybe nothing in front of the at sign. Israeli News Live 64, year I was born in, 1964, is the TikTok account there. And I have loaded some videos on there already, but I am trying to learn a little bit more about that. And I'm mainly doing it because so many of you guys are on so many different platforms, things like that. And those little simple ones, especially like Telegram. I like Telegram. I've heard it's a very secure platform there. And with Telegram, I like the fact that I can just click over there real quick and do a 1-minute live broadcast. Maybe I hear something going on and I don't have time yet to break it down, bring it in a news broadcast, but I could share that with you. So, definitely check it out. Anyway, thank you for your support here of our Patreon channel. And as always, we like to share things with you guys that not a lot of people get to hear about. And I am going to be doing an update on the binary system. And I try to get somebody to ask Mike from around the world the question, what about interdimensional? What about the bottomless pit, Satan being opened up? Come on, Paul, ask Mike the questions that are the tough questions. Stephen Ben-Nun here with Israeli News Live.